Imagine a world where there is no war, no fear, and no pain. It sounds like paradise, doesn't it? But what if I told you that to achieve this peace, you had to give up color, music, and even the ability to love? This is the terrifying trade-off at the heart of the world we are exploring today. By the end of this summary of The Giver by Lois Lowry, you won't just know the plot. You will understand the devastating psychological cost of a perfect society. We are going to deconstruct why the freedom to fail is actually the most important freedom we possess, and what happens when a society chooses safety over humanity. In our modern world, we often curate our lives on social media to look perfect, filtering out the messy, painful reality. The Giver was a warning written decades ago that perfectly predicts our current obsession with comfort and conformity. It asks a question we all need to answer. Is a life without suffering actually a life worth living? Lois Lowry, a two-time Newbery Medal winner, didn't just invent this world. She was inspired by her father's memory loss. As he forgot the painful memories of war, he also forgot the joyful ones. This realization, that you cannot have the light without the dark, became the foundation for one of the most influential books of the 20th century. The story begins in the community. Everything here is governed by sameness. The climate is controlled so crops never fail. Hills have been flat to make transportation easier. Everyone wears the same clothes, eats the same healthy, plant-based meals delivered to their door, and follows the same schedule. There is no chaos, but there is also no individuality. This society is held together by strict rules. You must apologize for the slightest disruption. You must share your feelings at dinner and your dreams at breakfast. But these aren't just polite customs, they are surveillance mechanisms. Precision of language is mandatory, lying is prohibited, and perhaps most chillingly, if you break the rules 3 times, you are released. Enter Jonas. He is an 11 about to turn 12. In this world, you don't have birthdays, you have ceremonies where all children of a certain age advance together. 12 is the most important age because it is when the elders assign you your lifelong career. Jonas is nervous. He doesn't have a clear aptitude like his friends do. Before the ceremony, something strange happens. Jonas is tossing an apple with his friend Asher. Suddenly, for a split second, the apple changes. He can't explain it. It looks different. He inspects it, but it's just an ordinary fruit. This is the first crack in his reality, the first sign that Jonas has the capacity to see beyond the monochrome veil of his world. At the ceremony of 12, the chief elder calls names one by one, but she skips Jonas. The crowd is uneasy. The silence is terrifying. Finally, after everyone else is assigned, she calls him up. She apologizes for the anxiety she caused, a standard community phrase, and announces that Jonas has not been assigned. He has been selected. Jonas is to become the new receiver of memory. It is the most honored and difficult job in the community. One person alone must hold all the memories of the past, the history of the entire world before sameness. Why? So that the community doesn't have to bear the pain of the past, but the elders can access the wisdom if they face a new problem. Jonas reports to the annex, the home of the current receiver, an old man who now calls himself the Giver. The room is shocking to Jonas for one reason. It has books, thousands of them. In the community, only 3 reference books are allowed per household. Here, knowledge is stacked to the ceiling. This is the sanctuary of truth. The Giver places his hands on Jonas's back to transmit the first memory. Jonas is suddenly cold. He is sitting on something hard. White stuff is falling from the sky. It's snow. He is on a sled rushing down a hill. He feels exhilarating speed. In his world, climate control eliminated snow to make agriculture efficient. Jonas just experienced his first taste of pure joy. Jonas learns that the change he saw in the apple was the color red. The Giver explains that the community gave up color when they went to sameness. Jonas is angry. He wants to choose. He wants to wake up and decide between a blue tunic or a red one. The Giver gently explains the logic of the community. If people can choose, they might choose wrong. It's not all sled rides and rainbows. To have wisdom, Jonas must know pain. The Giver transmits the memory of a sunburn, then a broken leg, then the memory of warfare. Jonas experiences death, starvation, and the horror of men killing each other. He wakes up crying. He realizes that his safe, peaceful community is built on a foundation of ignorance. Jonas goes home and looks at his parents. He asks them, "Do you love me?" They are amused. They tell him to use precision of language. They say love is a generalized, meaningless word that has become obsolete. They say they enjoy him and take pride in him. Jonas realizes he is the only person in his entire world capable of feeling love. Jonas asks about the receiver from 10 years ago who failed. Her name was Rosemary. The giver loved her, but he gave her memories of loneliness and loss too early. She couldn't handle the emotional anguish. She applied for release. When she died, all the memories she held flooded back into the community, causing mass panic. This gives Jonas an idea. This is the turning point. Jonas's father, a nurturer, brings home a baby, Gabriel, who isn't sleeping well. But one day, his father has to release the smaller of a set of twins born that morning. Jonas watches the video recording. He watches his gentle father inject a lethal fluid into the infant's head and toss the body down a trash chute. Jonas realizes release is just a euphemism for murder. The elderly, the rule breakers, the inadequate infants, they are all being killed. But the horror is that his father doesn't know he's doing anything wrong. Without memories, without feelings, he is just following procedure. He kills with a smile because he doesn't understand the value of life. Jonas and the giver hatch a desperate plan. Jonas will escape the community and cross the boundary of memory. If he leaves, the memories he holds will flow back to the people, forcing them to feel again. The giver will stay behind to help the community cope with the sudden influx of pain and emotion, just as he helped Jonas. But the plan changes. Jonas learns that Gabriel, the baby he has bonded with, is scheduled for release the next morning because he cries at night. Jonas cannot leave him to die. He steals his father's bicycle, grabs the baby, and flees into the night, abandoning the careful plan. Now it's a race against time and the elements. The journey is brutal. Search planes hunt them. As they travel further from the community, the landscape changes. The road becomes rough. They see waterfalls and wildlife for the first time. But they also feel hunger, real, starving hunger, not just a delayed meal. Jonas uses memories of sunshine to keep them warm as they hit freezing snow. They reach a snowy hill. Jonas is exhausted, freezing, and starving. He can barely move. He realizes this is the hill from his very first memory. With his last ounce of strength, he clutches Gabriel and begins to climb. He isn't just fighting for his life, he is fighting for the return of humanity's soul. They find a sled at the top. As they slide down toward a house with twinkling lights, Jonas hears something he's never heard before, music. Not just from the house, but perhaps an echo from behind him, from the community he left. The book ends ambiguously. Did they survive and find a new home, or did they die, their memories releasing into the world? Lois Lowry has stated that the ending is up to the reader. If you are an optimist, they found a village. If you are a realist, they likely froze to death. But in a way, it doesn't matter. The victory wasn't in the survival, the victory was in the choice. Jonas chose to feel, even if it meant feeling the cold of death. The central theme of The Giver is the conflict between safety and freedom. The community solved all of humanity's problems, hunger, inequality, war, but the price was their humanity. Lowry argues that you cannot selectively numb emotion. If you numb the pain, you also numb the joy. You become a biological machine, functioning but not living. This book also champions the importance of memory. Without history, we are doomed to repeat mistakes. Jonas's father killed a baby because he had no memory of what death truly means. Memory provides the context for morality. Without the past, we have no moral compass to guide our future actions. So what can we take from this? Don't run from the difficult parts of your life. The grief, the heartbreak, the failure, these are the things that give the moments of joy their texture and value. A life lived fully involves the entire spectrum of human emotion, not just the happy parts. Jonas gave his community the greatest gift possible, the return of their burden. He gave them back their pain so they could reclaim their love. Today, look at the world around you, the colors, the chaos, the messiness, and be grateful for it, because the alternative is a perfect gray silence. If this summary made you think about your own world differently, hit that subscribe button for Book Summaries Repo. We break down the most powerful books to help you live a better life. Which book should we unlock next? Let us know in the comments.